That's good.
Yeah, I can hear you. You guys
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, you want to start with an opening statement, please?
All right. Well, it's good to see everybody. It was great to have the weather we did today, and appreciate the fans, parents coming out that made it today. And, it was a fun day. It was good to see the guys out there. I thought we had one penalty the entire day, which was something we were trying to play, as clean as we could, and felt like we did that. I thought, we were physical in the run game. There's some guys that made some good catches. I thought it went about how we expected. I thought Jordan Poole made a heck of a play running down Jordan Houston, stripping the ball out defensively. Got everybody on our roster in there. So that was fun, that everybody got a chance to play today. But typical spring game, your goal is to get everybody in to play as clean as you can and not have any injuries. And I think we came out pretty strong on all three of those. So look forward to any questions you guys have.
Jonas, you want to start us off, please?
Coach, you talked about DeMarcus Jones and Delbert, how hard they had run in the last scrimmage. Bam and Ricky out. How big was today for those two guys, for the fans to see those two guys in a real game-like setting and showing off their skills?
Yeah, they've been impressive all spring. They're tough. They understand the offense. They're good in protection. They're playing, I think, within themselves. They're not trying to do too much. They're physical backs. They're not going to dance a whole lot. They're going to get extra yards and run behind their pads. And I think we've built depth at that position this spring. We're able to cross-train Jordan and Trent. You saw those guys playing in other positions today, and Jordan was able to play receiver and running back, so that was good. But that's probably one of the benefits when you hold a couple players out at a spot, is that you build depth for when they come back, and we were definitely able to do that at running back today.
Brett Freelander.
Yeah, Dave, how scary was it to see Ben get rolled up on the second play of the game, and how encouraging was it to see him the way he bounced back?
Yeah, well, he has a knee brace on to protect him on things like that. You hate for anyone to get rolled up, but I was right behind the play. I didn't really think it was anything major. I think it's more of a contusion or a bruise than anything. It was great to see him go through the process of being evaluated, say, I want to come back in, and then throw a really good fade ball followed with a run down there in the red zone for a touchdown. Ben's way ahead of where he was a year ago, and you'd expect that. And I think all those guys at quarterback are, but just that position, you don't touch those guys, so every now and then they do get hit, and as long as they come up healthy, that isn't a bad thing for them, to have to feel contact every now and then.
And then how would you evaluate Devin's performance today?
Outside of the interception and the first pass, I think, the first one, he had a guy pretty open and kind of rushed it. And then the one pick, but I thought outside of that, he played well. I don't have the stats in front of me, so I'm not sure what, exactly he was out there from a completion rate standpoint. The thing I like about how Devin's playing, he's just comfortable right now. He knows the system. His eyes are in good places. He's communicating well. He's making quick decisions. He's doing what Coach Beck wants him to do. And, it's fun to watch him just in his progression from last year to this year.
Thank you.
Bridget, go ahead.
Coach, to have so many of the same guys back from last year with the, COVID year of eligibility, and to get this team basically, I think besides like a couple guys, you guys have the same roster. How much does that help? And just like you mentioned with Evan, knowing the playbook and being able to do what you want them to do?
I can barely hear you. Are you asking about our experience, or?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Just with so many guys back from last year with the COVID eligibility, and having that same lineup and players that are familiar with the playbook, how much does that help you guys?
Yeah. Well, that's one thing you can't do is add experience. I think being a young football team a couple years ago, these guys are now, reaping the benefit of reps. And as a program, we are as well. There's competitive depth at a lot of positions. There's experience in the first string and the second string. There's positive things that they've done in games, which breed confidence. There's been learning moments from losses and negative things, which brings opportunity to grow through adversity. And so these kids have been through a lot together. They have overcome a lot together, and to have all that back, it's just a matter now of getting them all healthy and having a really good summer. You know, we lost out on a lot of training last year. Everybody did, you know, and so for Thunder and his group and the strength program here to have that time with them, it's a really important 5 weeks coming up. And I do love the experience factor we have, but we need to get into that weight room now and really take advantage of the time we have from now until fall camp.
Last one for Coach. Andrew, go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned that you said that you thought that you guys came through the game pretty clean in terms of injuries. Does that mean Jordan, with his situation there in the first half, is there any update on him?
They x-rayed his foot. He's negative x-ray, so probably just a sprain. It sounded like turf toe more than anything. I think he'll be fine. But, yeah, obviously we don't want anyone to come out injured, but everything I've heard was it was pretty minor.
Okay, Coach, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll have a couple players here soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.